So this is something everybody wanted to see. Everyone wanted to see all the ratings for the live series players. They have been revealed for every position. And I'm not going to screw around, man. I'm not going to waste anybody's time. I'm just going to get right into this video. And please bear with me, too, because I lost my voice yesterday. And I woke up this morning. It was completely gone, pretty much. And then it kind of came back throughout the day. But, yeah, man, like, I probably sound very strange right now. Like, and it's probably going to fade away as this video goes on. So, yeah, if I sound a little bit strange, that is why. But they kicked it off with the starting pitchers, and Clayton Kershaw, no surprise, he is well-deserving of the highest overall starting pitcher in this game. Nobody can argue that. And then you got Scherzer, Chris Sale, Syndergaard. They got Thor being a 92 overall. I personally was kind of wondering whether or not Syndergaard was either going to be a high gold or a low diamond. He's a 92 overall in this game, which is pretty decent for him. And Cueto is somebody else I was kind of surprised being a diamond too. He is a 90, and obviously these aren't going to be like, you know, they're not going to remain this overall the whole tenure of the game. These could possibly change a couple weeks into the game, especially if like people get off to really bad or good starts. So the people who were like 90 overall and stuff, I mean, that could possibly change. They could be a gold, or they could just go, you know, even higher up overall and be like 95 overalls or something. But yeah, these are good. These are definitely going to change. These are finalized too. So yeah, like these aren't going to be any different when the game comes out, because I know a lot of people were confused when they saw the 97 overall Rich Hill. He is not a 97. Because, yeah, there was one video when he was a 97 overall, but that was like a month ago, probably more than that, a couple months ago, I'm pretty sure. And some people were like, what the hell is Rich Hill doing as a 97? So he is not a 97 in this game. And, yeah, I mean, there wasn't that many arguments. I don't think too many people can complain about the starting pitchers. Kershaw deserves to be the highest overall one. And then relief pitchers, this is also somebody that no one can really complain about. I mean, Andrew Miller is a 96 overall, and then you got Dellin Betances being a 90 overall too, which is pretty decent too. I mean, that was somebody else I was just wondering whether or not he was going to be a high gold or a low diamond, because he was a 92, I believe, when MLB 16 was all said and done. He was a 92 overall, so he was pretty much on the line between being a diamond and a gold in the previous game. So I mean, 90 overall is a good start for him in this game. But that's pretty much it for like diamonds and golds for relief pitchers. There wasn't that many other standout names. I mean, there was a couple people too, and this is the thing too, man. Like, just because somebody is a, you know, silver or a bronze doesn't mean that they necessarily stink or something, because some of these guys, man, they're only silvers and bronzes, but like look at their like per nines. Like some of these guys are only silvers. They got like high 90s hits per nine and high 90s Ks per nine, and even have like good velocity too. So look at like Carter Capps and stuff. I mean, those guys are only silvers, and those are very decent relief pitchers to use. And then you got the closers. You got Kenley, Jansen, and Zach Britton. Ramon Russell made a very, very funny joke when he was saying, I've seen Kenley Jansen pitch, but I haven't seen Zach Britton pitch, because everyone knows what happened in the postseason last year. But yeah, Zach Britton and Kenley Jansen are the, well, Aroldis Chapman is too. What am I even saying? Because Aroldis Chapman he was a 92 overall too, pretty much for like the whole game. And he is a 90, I think he's a 90 overall to begin this game too. So, Craig Kimbrel, this is a big drop-off for him, because he was a 93 when MLB 16 was all said and done. There was no more roster updates, so he's an 86. So, I mean, yeah, this is the thing, too. Like, just because he's an 86 doesn't mean he's necessarily, like, fallen off, or he's, like, his stats have gone down a lot or something. Like, look at his per nines and his velocity. Everything's pretty much the same. Like, that was pretty much it with Kimbrel in MLB 16 too, right? Like, not a lot of people liked using him because he only had the fastball and the knuckle curve. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So you could just sit fastball with Kimbrel and then adjust to the knuckle curve, and you could probably do a lot of damage against him. Like, I used Craig Kimbrel a lot early in MLB 16, and everybody was just roasting me, man. Everybody was destroying me every single time I was using Craig Kimbrel, because that's pretty much what you have to do with guys like that. But that was a pretty decent drop-off for him. There wasn't really any household names other than like Chapman and Jansen and Britton for closers. And then catchers, Buster Posey, same as last year, man. Only Diamond Live Series catcher. So, I mean, yeah, they didn't reveal, like, any flashback. Well, they did reveal, like, flashbacks and legends, the ones they did reveal, but, like, not every single legend and flashback has been revealed, obviously, so they didn't want to show any of those. These are just all the live series players. And Posey is the only diamond catcher. Lucroy is, like, an 80 high... I think he's like an 87, 80... Wait, he may be like an 89 or something like that. I'm probably failing miserably by saying this, but he's a high gold. He's like an 87, 88, 89 overall, so that's not too bad for Lucroy. Other than that, there wasn't really... Not really any, catchers you would probably want to get that much, at least, later in the game. I mean, at first, you're probably going to have to deal with some bronzes and some silvers, but as the game goes on, you'll probably want to get some certain guys. But Posey is the only diamond catcher in this game, so for first baseman, no surprise either. Everybody could have guessed this from the beginning. Everyone knew that Miggy was going to be a diamond 100%. It was just going to be what, overall he would be. He is a 92 to begin MLB 17. Goldschmidt is a 91. That is pretty decent for him, too. I think, what was he when MLB 16 was pretty much done? Was he a 93 or something? I know we started off, or not started off, but he was like a 95 at one point in time. I think he was a 93 when it was all said and done. Maybe a 94. So that's not too bad of a drop-off, too, and that's the thing, man. Like, just because people were diamonds when MLB 16 ended doesn't mean they're going to be diamonds when MLB 17 is going to come out, because, yeah, this year diamonds are starting off at 90 overall. So guys like Cueto and stuff like that, just guys I was saying, like, I didn't know we're going to be like a low diamond or a high gold. That's probably like why they're around like the border pretty much from being like a gold and a diamond. They're right on the line pretty much, either being like an 89 overall or a 90. So pretty much for first baseman, Goldschmidt, Cabrera, and then you got Votto. Rizzo isn't a diamond, which I saw a lot of people in the the chat. They were really surprised about that. But that, like, he's an 89, man. Like, if Rizzo gets off to a really good start, he's going to be a diamond within the first couple weeks. So, I mean, I was surprised that Rizzo wasn't a diamond, but he probably will be. A couple weeks into the season, we can all expect to see Rizzo as a diamond. And then you get to the second baseman. Altuve is a 97. He was my personal favorite card in MLB 16. Dude, he was a beast for me. I mean, I didn't have like the craziest average. I think I was hitting around 300 with him, but dude, he had a good amount of home runs, and he was just always good for stealing bags and stuff. He had really good fielding stats too, and still does in this game. So yeah, Altuve is a 97 overall. And then you got Robinson Cano as well. Dee Gordon is a silver, which I guess is not really a surprise. He didn't really play that much last season, so that's why he's a silver. But like everyone else, he gets off to a good start. He'll be a gold within no time. And people like Zobrist too, that would be a very good card to pick up early in this game too, because he can play multiple positions, man. Like, he can play, I think, everywhere in the outfield. Like, his secondary positions are shortstop, left field, center, and right field, I believe, too. So, I mean, Zobrist would be and he's a switch hitter. So, that would be a very good pickup early in this game, man, to get Zobrist or something like that. Third base, Donaldson. He is a 94 to begin MLB 17, which I'm sure a lot of people are probably pissed off that Donaldson is a higher overall than like Arenado and Machado, but I think Donaldson deserves to be where he's at, man. He was a 96 when MLB 16 was done. But yeah, Arenado, Machado, and Donaldson, Chris Bryant, all those guys were around the same. I mean, Chris Bryant was only a gold when MLB 16 started off, and then he eventually made it to a diamond, so all those guys were around the same when the game pretty much ended. So that's the case for MLB 17. When it all starts off, all those guys are diamonds, and then everyone else is pretty much, you got guys like Beltre and Seager, and then Turner, Longoria, all those gold players right there, and then everyone else goes down to a silver pretty much. Sano, dude, this guy has 18. I laughed so hard when they said he had 18 vision, man. Like, why the hell would you even want to pick up a card like that? That's crazy. He's a strikeout machine, man. Guys like that, they're either good for like a home run or they're striking out. So 18 vision, I guess, is pretty, understandable for somebody like that. But I mean, 18 vision, anybody with less than like 30 vision or 40 vision, maybe even like 50. Anything less than 40 vision is just insane. I wouldn't even be able to use somebody like that. I'm sure a lot of people are the same, especially if you're in like a really high division or something like that. So pretty decent third baseman. That was one of the positions that had a good amount of diamonds for live series players. Shortstop, Corey Seager. Dude, everyone, I'm not even going to say it, Corey Seager is starting off as a diamond in this game, so I'm sure a lot of people are going to be picking him up early in this game, which is going to be a fucking delight for me, is all I'm going to say. If you don't even know what I'm talking about, I'm not even going to explain. Corey Seager was, is all I'm going to say about Corey Seager in MLB 16. And then Trey Turner. This is another guy, too. He can play second base, third base, and center field. And if anyone was wondering, too, because I know a lot of people were confused in MLB 16, I was kind of, too. Nobody really knew, what the drop-off was if you use somebody in their secondary position or just use somebody out of position. I think Ramon Russell said there was a 5% decrease for arm accuracy, fielding, and something else, I think, too, but there was no decrease in arm strength and stuff like that. But you do get a 5% loss if you use somebody in a secondary position for arm strength and fielding, but that's not too bad anyway. But yeah, Trey Turner can play infield, outfield. Guys like that are going to be very useful early in the game or just any time in the game. Tulowitzki was a silver. I mean, he had a terrible first half to the season, but he picked it up a lot in the second half of the season. I mean, he was an 87, 88 when MLB 16 was done. So to be a silver, I was kind of surprised at. I thought he would at least be an 85 or something, at least a gold. But yeah, Tulowitzki, man, he's not going to continue struggling or anything. He's probably going to get off to a really good start for this season, 100%. So he's probably going to be back up to a goal at some point in time, pretty early in the season. So now we are at, left field right now. So we got Cespedes. He is the only diamond for left field, which is, I guess, no surprise. Ryan Braun is a gold. Brantley is somebody who really didn't play that much either last year, but once the season starts, that's just somebody who's almost guaranteed to get off to a pretty decent start. Brantley's always doing good at the plate, man. He's always doing good things at the plate, so he's probably going to jump back up to a diamond at some point in time early in the season. So yeah, not many other guys were really high overalls and stuff. Everyone else was pretty much a silver and a bronze. I think there was somebody who kind of surprised me in this, or maybe not. Alex Gordon was an 83 or something. So I mean, I don't think it was him, but I think it was somebody here. I'm forgetting completely. It may have been Benintendi, actually, because, yeah, he's, a 77? He played really good last year for the Sox, dude, really good. And I know you can't just base it off of one season and stuff, but he did play really decent for the Sox when he played. But, yeah, that's another thing, too. Obviously, he could go up as soon as if he gets off to another good start, just starts playing good again. He's going to jump back up to, a silver and then possibly a gold at some point in time. And then center fielders, Trout, 99 overall. Is anyone surprised about that? Hell no. Trout deserves to be a 99 overall, 100%. And then Marte, that was a huge drop-off from Trout to Marte. Marte's an 87. And then Lorenzo Cain. Yelich, I was surprised too, man. Yelich is a really, really underrated player, if you ask me. I think Yelich is one of the most underrated players in the league. This dude rakes at the plate, man. And if anyone's been watching him in the WBC, this guy is crazy, man. This guy always, puts the ball in play. He rarely strikes out. At least I rarely saw this guy strike out. I've seen this guy play a decent amount. And this guy always puts the ball in play. He's really underrated. I think he's going to jump up to a diamond at some point in time in this game, and I really do. I think he's going to get off to a really good start again. Or he's going to continue where he left off and get off to a good start, and he's going to jump up to a diamond at some point in time. Mookie Betts is the highest overall right fielder at a 93 overall. Bryce Harper is a 90 overall to begin this game. So I think they were kind of they didn't really know where to put Bryce Harper. I think either starting him off at an 89 or a 90, because what was he when MLB 16 ended? 88 or something, or what? No, he was a 92 or so. I don't even know, man. I don't even fucking know what the hell he was, but he was definitely a gold when MLB 16 was all said and done. So Harper's a 90 overall, and that could change at some point in time too. Nelson Cruz is up there, and then Stan's up there too. I think Stan is going to, one of the guys said in this stream too, I think that I agreed with him completely. I think Stan's just going to remain at an 87, 88 overall unless he starts off the season really good and starts hitting 300 or just starts hitting bombs left, right, and center again. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for all these live series players. I'm sure a lot of people wanted to see this, and I thought this was pretty useful information. Be sure to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed. I will see everybody in the next video.